The purpose of this video is to show you some of the new features we recently added to DermCoder as of October 1st, 2018. The first thing that you should note that DermCoder is always updated. So as of October 1st, the 2018 fourth quarter data is automatically loaded. We added a number of new features and we expanded or extended some of the existing features. So let's go over them right now. The first thing is the LCDs tab. This is the listing of the local coverage determination policies for the Medicare carrier that you've been configured with your particular region. They are now sorted alphabetically, and you can pull up LCDs by words that may appear in the indications or coverage or the descriptions, or perhaps even CPT codes. For example, if I needed to see if there was an LCD that covers 17260, I can simply enter it in the upper right corner and hit go, and we'll see that we have a removal of benign and malignant skin lesions policy that affects the Medicare carrier that I'm currently configured to. And we can pull up that information here, and it'll show us all of the indications of coverage, limitations of medical necessity, and procedure codes, as well as the covered diagnosis codes. I could have also done the same thing by clicking the DermCoder tab at the top, or excuse me, the CPT fees code at the top, and also searching for 17260 and clicking the go button. And we'll see that the LCD in the middle lights up, and we can pull up the same LCD as well. We also just added the national coverage determination policies. LCDs are specific to your Medicare carrier. NCDs, or national coverage determination policies, are for the entire country. They're national policies. There's generally only a couple that affect dermatology. There's an actinic keratosis NCD 250.4. There's a psoriasis policy. So we can click the NCDs, and again, we have the hundreds of NCDs that affect all codes and all specialties. But if I wanted to pull up the national AK policy, in the little search box in the upper right corner here, I can type the word actinic and hit go, and we will see that we come up with an AK policy. It's 250.4. I can pull it up, and then we have all of the coverage requirements, shows all the different methods of treatment, all of the revision history to this policy, and including some coverage transmissions from CMS that you can follow and go directly there. One of the other things that we added has to do with medically unlikely edits, MUEs. So when we're pulling up a particular code, for example, 17260, we'll look at that code again and click the go button. In the lower right corner, the medically unlikely edits of 7 exist for this code. We don't build this code in units, no. So we could build this destruction of malignant lesions up to 7 times on a claim on separate lesions on a claim without creating any claim denial problems. We also added MUEs in a few additional locations. If we pull up J codes, for example, here, and we pull up J7308 for the Levulan Caristic, we'll see in this middle section here, the medically unlikely edits are 3. If we look up the J7345 for Ameluz, we can see that it's now been corrected to 200 as October 1st for the MUEs for J7345. So we added the MUEs here as well. When you go into the coding and billing roles, we can pull up the MUEs as well. We'll give you the codes, the actual MUE, the description, the indicator, or what actually is the policy that's governing the MUEs, and the rationale behind that. So we expanded the information available in this MUE screen. Now let's look at our quick check field. One of the other things that we did, one of the problems that we see a lot in dermatology is physicians are still billing E&M services that are not separately identifiable with procedures. Remember, codes that have 0 and 10 post-op days are minor procedures. And any of the E&M that is related to those procedures and it is involved or leads to the decision to perform those procedures is included in the procedures, and the E&M can't be billed separately. The E&M has to be separately identifiable. So for an unrelated problem or a condition unrelated to the decision to do those procedures, or another example may be a full body exam that is separate from identifying other problems or complaints that the patient may have. So we have a new checkbox above here that says enable separately identifiable E&M warning. So let's say we do a 99214 and we do some biopsy codes and some AKs, and we do a destruction code, and we do pathology, And we do a J3301 and an injection code 96372. And I check for my modifiers. It's going to warn me at the very top to make sure that that E&M is separately identifiable from any of the other minor procedures that are billed on that data service in order to use modifier 25. Now I can certainly uncheck that and click the quick check button, and that'll go away. So that's another new feature that we added for October. Now let's look at ICD-10 codes. This is October 1st. The 2019 ICD-10 codes are going into effect today, October 1st. We have the new database loaded in here. There's quite a number of changes that affect dermatology. We cover those in Webinar 7. If you didn't attend the webinar, you can still purchase it as a recording, including the handout and the Q&A. We did add some additional features here as well, too. So if we're going to look at a particular code, let's say we're going to look up seborrheic capitis, which is L21.0. We're going to hit search. We're going to go ahead and find it here in the search results, and whenever you get a result in green, you click it. We added the age and sex specific details for all of the codes. So this particular code, it says, is appropriate for patients of all ages. That's one of the changes that went into effect October 1st. Prior to October 1st of 2018, L21.0 was only available for patients between 0 and 17 years of age. It has now been corrected, and you can give this diagnosis code to patients of any age. This particular code is appropriate for patients of any sex. So some codes are male specific, female specific. There could be maternity only codes, newborn only codes, or pediatric codes. We added that additional detail in here as well too. To get back to DermCoder, click DermCoder at the top. From the DermCoder drop down here, we also put in here the new, deleted, and revised ICD-10 code. So if we go ahead and click new, here's all the new codes listed out. Even at the top here, we can select deleted. It'll show us the, if we sort by date, all the deleted ICD-10 codes, and then here's all of the revised codes. And again, you can sort them by date as well too. So those are the new features that we added into DermCoder. If you have any questions, just reach out to us via email, but enjoy the new features.